Hi there. Once again, this is your wisdom mentor. This is Edwin Ajeh, all the way from J-Town City. God bless you. We're talking about laws part 2. Come and say it with me. Laws part 2. Please do well to get the part 1. In the part 1 of the laws, we talked about how that there are physical laws and then there are spiritual laws. Many times people get into trouble because of how much they break those laws. Every time you see that God appeared to man or God came in contact with man, there was a law that God will give such a man for proper governing or for proper government. People hate laws, and people that hate laws are the ones that struggle the most. You will see that a rich man has laws. You see that they have a particular time they eat, they have a particular time they rest, they have a particular time they visit people, and then they have a particular time they go for conferences. But the poor man sleeps anyhow. He does things anyhow. If you are going to see an effective organization, then check the laws. That is why you see that the military is very solid. Very, very solid. Why? Because of the laws in the military. There are laws that govern disobedience. There are laws in the military that governs where you are. There are things you need to do, and there are things that you shouldn't try doing. You will be court-martialed if you are caught breaking any of those laws. And so military officers keep to those laws. So I said that every time God came in contact with a man, there is a law that God will give to you that will keep you running. I mean, it will keep you safe. When God created man and he placed him in the Garden of Eden, he gave him just a law. He says, don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of the good and evil, because on the day you eat of it, you will surely die. It's not a physical death. He was thinking it was a physical death. It was spiritual. That spiritual death now still led to a physical death. Why? Because man was not supposed to die. But then, you see, as a result of disobedience of the law of God, see it what it cost. Now, from one law, then it became several laws. Because you see that when Adam was created, it was only one law that was given. But when God came and he met with Moses, you see, there were 10 commandments. And then after the 10 commandments came several other laws that were impossible to keep. It means that if you break one law, the more you break laws, the more the laws of God fight you, especially spiritual laws. One spiritual law can boomerang many other effects. I mean, like a law is like a chain. You cut one chain, it affects everything. So, you break one law, you will discover that it has become that you have broken all the laws. Because even in James, the book of James tells us that if you break one law, you have broken all the laws. Because it's the same God that gave the one law that is giving all the other laws. So you see that the laws kept multiplying and multiplying and multiplying, and it kept becoming impossible and more impossible to keep those laws. Jesus Christ had to come and he died to take all those laws, because we can hardly keep it. You see that in the Old Testament, they were always sacrificing, always doing the ritual of sacrifice, just to try to meet a standard that they couldn't meet. So Jesus Christ came and he broke the curse Galatians chapter 3 verse 13 says that he took the curse, he broke the curse by the death he died on the cross, so that the blessing of Abraham will be on our heads. Now the curse is broken. There are not many laws that you must keep physically, but let me tell you, there are spiritual laws. Don't be deceived. Spiritual laws are still there. Now the laws are not a physical tablet. The laws are in your heart. The law is in your conscience. And many people have seared their conscience. They have made their conscience to be unresponsive. So even when they break laws, they don't even know. You break sexual laws, you will suffer the consequences. You break the law of stealing, there is a curse in the house of a thief. That's what the Bible tells us. You will suffer the consequence of a thief. You break the laws of God, you will suffer the consequence. To every law, there is a consequence. Now, they are not physical laws, but then they are spiritual laws. And that is why you need the Holy Spirit. You need the helper. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, I am sorry for you. Why? Because even when you're breaking laws, you don't even know. Why? Because you don't have a conscience. Because Jesus Christ said that he will come and he will teach us all things. The question I am asking you is that, do you have the Holy Spirit in your heart? And is he your teacher? Is he teaching you the things you are supposed to learn? Or are you just there looking? Life is not as difficult as it seems. God is not complicated. Every time God gives a law, it's for your own good. Don't think that God is giving you a law for his own benefit. That is the wrong mindset people have, and that is why many people are struggling. But today, your wisdom mentor Edwin Ajeh tells you that do not break these laws. Keep to the laws of God, and you need the Holy Spirit to help you keep those laws. Without the Holy Spirit, I'm sure it is useless. So ask Jesus Christ to come into your life right now, and I know that everything will work together for your good. This is your wisdom mentor. This is Edwin Ajeh, all the way from J Town City, saying, keep those laws. God bless you.